Hey, Ron.
Hey, boss.
I'm in the conversation with y'all. I'm
You
in the
doing
Okay.
car.
Yeah. So so remember this, right? And take a screenshot of this because this is what you want to bring in front of your crew next week, right? This whole thing. Let me just kind of break it down to you. And I'll send you this recording so you can have it for your team. They
right?
want to be able to use this. So this is you can use this for both. So I'm going to be doing the agent. If you think about this, it's the same thing for agent attraction as it is for buyers and sellers. Same thing, right? So so I'm going to give you an example. This meeting right here, this pipeline builders is a lead source for us to generate new names and contacts, right? So this is so we got marketing going out, marketing going out, marketing going out to invite people to the pipeline builders. We have we gave other people who want to build with us, like Sharon, whoever is like, hey, here's a link. Um, you can invite people on your social media to the pipeline builders, show them how to do that. So if you think about that from an agent attraction standpoint, that's one lead source. You need five. So in your case, from the agent attraction side, you have Flipology, which I love, by the way. So you have a lot of so every time you do a Flipology workshop, session, or whatever, you should be contacting the names and numbers and putting them in some type of database. Now, I'm not sure which database that you're using to do your automations and stuff like that, but and we'll get more into that too because as you are bringing them in and they're now in your community, what are you doing on a consistent basis where you're staying in front of them? So when it's time for you to talk to them about making a move, you could have that conversation with them. Same thing on the buyer side, on the selling side. If I'm if one of my lead sources is open houses, that's one that I do every single month. Without fail, I do two, three, four open houses, right? Contact comes in. You got your people that are ready to buy right now, and then you got your people that are 18 months, 3 to 18 months out. I still have to stay in front of them somehow on a consistent basis until they're ready to get in my car, right? So that's where you got to make sure that your lead source is generating a minimum of five new contacts every single month.
Right.
So from a let's look at just the agent side, from the buyers and sellers, if you're going to do that webinar for buyers, stick to that webinar, figure out what the resources are going to be to so that you can see is the leads increasing or they're not increasing. If they're not increasing, we got to think of a new strategy, but we got to do it long enough. And I always say at least 3 months where you're working on it, refining it, working it, refining it, working on it. Now you got that thing humming and you're doing that one thing very good consistently. So if it's going to be webinars for buyers and sellers or home buyer webinars, then that's what you or whoever on your team is, they got to focus on to make sure they're doing that. Because what's going to happen, um, Ramon, is that your team they try for 1 or 2 months and then they focus on something else, right? And so the top of the funnel is the most important thing. So so what I would do is when you get them in your workshop or your class where you're planning, get them go on Chat TPT, do like the top 25, top 100 lead generation sources, and they have to pick five that they're going to focus on until they get consistent contacts coming from that five. Because if they don't, they're going to be out of business. Nothing starts without them doing that lead source. Now, in a separate meeting, I'm just going to let you know if you have 10 people in the meeting, That's all people who want to just do real estate. One of them are going to be your builder, not all 10 of them. So if I were you, I would never talk about agent attraction to a non-builder. It's a waste of time. Because most of them, like you said, you can't really convince them to build if they're not making money. Right? So that's why you got to get them to build first. Now, one of the things that you want to do is you want to make sure that every month, out of the 5 lead gen pillars, and you tell them that there's a standard that we got to get to a minimum of 25 contacts coming in from these lead sources. That makes sense?
Yes.
So that's phase 1. So the beauty thing about putting this plan together is that if you guys meet on a periodic basis, you'll be able to hold each other accountable and talk about, okay, how's your lead source working? How's your lead source working? And the great thing about doing it in a group is that somebody is going to be a master at their thing and be able to teach somebody else how they master their lead gen source. And then once you have everybody's, because I'm gonna be honest with you, some people love the doorknob, some people love open houses, some people love spending money on doing workshops, some people love spending money on doing Facebook ads, some people like whatever it is that you do, it has to actually result in a lead. This is no, because a lot of people go, I do social media. Like, what the fuck is that? What do you mean you do social media? I don't know. What does that mean? Like you do social media? Like you're spending ads and you have this ad campaign ad that runs and it talks about this and it has all the neural words that get trigger people to get them to fill out that form. Like you've done that and you tested A and you tested B and B works better. Like that's what you're doing on social media, because to them it's like more of a presence than a lead gen. It's like I'm doing this for presence, like people to know, and you need to do that. You need to do that for presence. Like, hey, people, they Google me, they go, oh yeah, she's a realtor. I see her doing this and doing that. Yes, but that's not lead gen. That's just having a presence, which you need to have, but it's not a lead gen, right? So people confuse that for some reason. But I would not let them move forward and keep holding their feet to the fire until they have a minimum of 25 new contacts coming into their database, a minimum. And that's kind of low, but it's a start. And then they have to continue that month after month after month and grow it. You don't want it to go down, you want to grow it. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to take those contacts and I'm going to start teaching you these next 2 things. And the next 2 things are basically your pipeline, or I would say your lead conversion. So your lead generation conversion. So if I get 25 contacts, I get 10 from a workshop that I did that month. 10 people signed up. And then I did, I had an open house. I had 2 open houses. And then I walked like 10 houses this way, 10 houses that way. And 5 or 6 people gave me their information, right? So, and then I also did, I signed up for one of these lead gen sources and I got like 5 or 6 leads. Okay. So I got, so these are 3, a minimum of 3. I want 5, no less than 3 lead sources gave me these 25 contacts. So the next thing is when I call them back, did I connect with them? Right? And a connection is someone picks up the phone and says, hello, yes, I'm still interested. Call me next year. Yes, I thought I was interested. I'm not right now. That's a connection. The number was real. You made a connection. So out of those 25, if I'm calling that month and I had a connection with about 10 of them, right? So we want to start tracking that percentage of how many people you're connecting with. But the most important thing is the conversations. And when I mean conversation is inside your bold trail, you're going to notice that if you use your bold trail and you're calling from your bold trail, it's going to track the number, how long you're on that call. Normally, when someone's on a call for 2 minutes or more, that's a good conversation. Because now that person is talking to me. Because if someone says, hey, yeah, Ramon, I got your information. Yeah, we were just looking at the house. We're really not that interested. And you go, okay, well, just, thanks for stopping by, blah, blah, blah. Hang up. That's like 30 seconds, right? Someone says, hey, Ramon, yeah, thanks for calling. We did get your information. Thanks for the workshop was really good. We are looking for a home. We are in the market. We don't want to rent anymore. And this conversation is going, and you're like, okay, so tell me what you're kind of looking for. What's your budget, blah, blah, blah. When that conversation reaches 2 minutes, right, you can track the 2 minutes or longer conversations in your database because now you know that those are going to schedule an appointment. And that's the next one. And you track all of those 4 things. You track the number of leads that came in. You track the number of connections that were made. You track the number of conversations, and you track the appointments. Over time, you know what I'm saying, we'll talk about the standards and what the percentages should be, right? But for now, you can just start creating a baseline. So just as your people are using their bold trail or whatever they decide to use inside EXP, it doesn't matter. They all do the same thing. You want them to make sure every contact goes inside their database at all times. If it's not in your database, it didn't happen, right? So here's the numbers I do know for a fact.
Okay.
If you schedule 10 appointments a month, I would say 10 to 12. Every single month, you are almost guaranteed one closing every month. Those numbers have been proven historically over time. So if you want more, you have to do more appointments. If you fall below 10, you're going to have a roller coaster business. And this is why building a pipeline is so critical, because no one teaches realtors the business side of, I would say, the pipeline building side of the business. So think about it. Someone said something to me that changed the way I thought. He said, it's not the best realtor who wins, it's the best marketer who wins, because they know how to generate leads. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so if you think about how Zillow built their business, Zillow was not in the real estate per se production business. They were amazing marketers, and they took over the industry because they were great marketers. So if you really think about this framework I'm showing you, if you're really good at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you get lead sources. If these lead sources are really great and you're a great marketer, to get someone to commit to sending you their name and number and raising their hand, you'll dominate your market because no one else is a great marketer. So if you're saying I want to do webinars, you got to get really damn good at it and be like, okay, who's the freaking best at doing home buyer workshops on Zoom that I can copy their playbook and get their leads? Because trust me, no matter what lead gen you're thinking of, somebody has mastered it, and there's a playbook out there. And you just got to follow that playbook. I'm going to stop here and open it up for some questions.
I have a question, Ron.
Go ahead.
So as I was applying, and again, thank you for doing this. As I was applying for the lead sources, I call and word the hell out of Sharon all the time. So I know she's grateful that you host this, so I don't have to worry her. But she's my boss. So
yeah. Our boss.
Our boss. I got it. What are your thoughts on kind of the rates that I guess the level that they choose people? So, for example, all of them say, once you apply, hey, thank you for applying. If we have something in your area, you will get an email from us. ResNet, and there's another one. I took all their certifications, did all of that, so I'm good. I actually text my rep over at ResNet. Email my rep, and he said they're gonna push me out a little bit more. So, kind of, what are your thoughts on that? Like following up, being what they're looking for? Because some of the ones that
let me give you the hack.
Okay.
Find somebody in your network that did more than 12, between 12 and 24 deals per year.
Okay.
Find that agent and see if you can work out a plan with them to share the leads, because they can sign up for it and give you the access, and you can have it going into your to your database and work the leads, and maybe work out some type of partnership with them. Because the algorithm, all these lead sources are going to favor some of the, first of all, the agents who've been on the platform, number one. Then the agents who are joining the platform but are the top agents in their market, and then everybody else. Okay. That's how they're going to do it. So you could find somebody to sign up that's in your downline or sideline or whatever, and you work out some type of work partnership with them if they're not on that platform. And they do 12 to 24 deals a year, they're going to probably be second in line before anybody else.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I would, to answer your question, that's one. And two, yes, I would stay on them.
Okay.
And like you said, what other areas? Because I know there are some areas that people are not doing because it's just maybe rule or, except just, some areas, some zips that people don't want. Which ones have you tried so far?
That I've applied to?
Yeah.
So I applied to, I'll tell you, I'll go down the list. Most of them that was on that.
Okay.
So let me just call them out to you. Go back to this form. I got so many text messages. It is. I can't find it now. Hold on 1 second, because I got a list of them. Maybe on my other phone. Hold on, Ron. Let me get to my picture.
Yeah, no worries. While Ramon's looking, anybody else have any other questions?
No, Ron. They knew this was my day.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, so
but I did.
And do it. And again, and maybe right now too, that it's December and everybody's going to be taking a break. This might be an opportunity for some people to get in because no one's going to be taking those leads.
Got you.
Yeah. So when you set up your bold trail, what are the stages that you set your bold trail up? Do you remember?
No, I just went through, and I'm still setting things up now.
Okay.
But I've taken they do webinars like Tuesday through Thursday. So just
Uh-huh.
kind of I did good on the first one, kind of getting all the basic information in. The second
Yeah.
one,
Uh-huh.
I'm working on now, kind of studying that one.
Yeah. Because when you make sure you get their stages in the right order, like new is a new contact that came in. So I don't know if that's a stage new. Um, and then the next contact stage would be attempted contact. And then the next stage would be appointment set.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you get those stages in yours, because when the leads come in, you can actually filter them by like who, like if you contacted them, attempted contact, et cetera, et cetera. And then those ones you set the appointment with.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Tori, or is that my Tori or is that another Tori, Sharon? Who's that? Who's Tori?
Oh, Tony, is that?
Tony. Oh, I thought it was an R. Hey Tony, how are you?
Hey, Ron, I'm good. You asked was there a question. So I do have a question for those of us, because I'm a newbie. Well, I've just been a little over a year. Um, and what you
Congratulations.
mentioned, thank you. And what you mentioned to Ramon about, asking ChatGPT, like for his team, the top 25, whatever lead sources, then that would be something good for me to do, right?
Absolutely.
To do that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to, that was my thought and question to you.
So Tony, in the last year, what lead sources have you used to generate contacts?
So I have had two homebuyer seminars, but my breakdown is what you just went through. Where I've slipped off the road is what you just broke down about really making sure my database, that they're in my database and I'm contacting them. So that's what I'm going to um, make sure that I put them in my database. And as looking at that, and I've done some open houses too, but again, I've got to do the step two.
So think
Got
about this,
some
Tony.
leads.
Think about this. I love what you're saying. So let's just take it back up to the top, like I was telling Ramon. So you
Mm-hmm.
started out generating leads through open houses and workshops, correct?
Correct.
So we got to assess why did you stop doing those things?
Okay. Why did I stop? So you asked me that question. Why did I stop?
Yeah, because if do you see my screen?
Yes.
So this is what typically happens with a new agent. Really, no one ever tells them about how to do their lead sources, but they might pick one or two like you just did, generate some business, and then this whole division of their marketing goes away. And then they might start talking to the people, get an appointment, start working with them, getting them in their car, and then they they shut down their marketing department.
Mm, okay.
If there's anything that needs to run 12 months a year, it's
Mm-hmm.
your marketing department. That should never stop.
Okay.
I don't care how many clients you are working with that are in your car closing, showing, listing, so that's like how many times does McDonald's still have commercials? Yes or no?
Yes,
Why?
because they've got to keep top of mind
Right.
and yeah.
And they're still constantly out there. So my question is, you had a little bit of success with the workshops, right? How many do you remember when you did the workshops?
Well, you know how with the workshops, you have like 20 people register and then maybe 6 or 7 show up. But I need to put the whole 20, right, in my database, even if they didn't show up. Is that
Okay.
the deal?
Okay, so if you did one a month,
Mm-hmm.
what's 12 times 20,
Uh, 240.
right? Do you have 240 leads in your database? If you'd have kept going, you had 240 in your database.
Okay. All right. I got you. But
And then go ahead.
no, go ahead. I'll ask you a question after you finish that,
So
if it's
so
okay.
that was one, and then
Mhm.
you said you did open houses.
Correct.
And what was your most successful open house? How many new names you've got?
Oh, well, not many people are coming out, so I would say no more than like 3, actually.
Okay, okay. So what process did you do when you did an open house? What's your process?
Okay, so with the process, I was doing open houses for other people.
Good. That's a great thing to do.
And so I did put out in like the whole agent data, like in the EXP, I put out what was workplace. So I put out there. Um, and I must admit, now I have IG. So, but I didn't have that at that time. Um,
So okay, so let me stop you there. Let me
okay,
stop
okay.
you. Did you have Thanksgiving at your house?
Yes.
What did you cook? Did you cook anything?
I did. Well, that might not be a good one because we had a small Thanksgiving this year. Well, let's just say
Okay.
in general, if I
So,
have
so
Thanksgiving, I cook something
you
and
cook something. Okay, but the
yeah.
point is, here's the point I'm trying to make.
Hmm.
Whether you got a recipe from your parents or somebody else, or you follow some directions on a box or something, you
Hmm.
made something, right?
Right.
Where did you get your open house playbook?
Well, I got it from Sharon Henry. I bought her
No. Listen to
her
what I'm
ebook.
saying. Listen to what
Okay,
I'm
I'm
saying.
sorry.
You got your open house from Sharon, but your marketing playbook of how to generate the most leads from an open house, where did that playbook come from? You don't have one, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So all I want you guys to know is any lead gen source that you want to use, somebody has a playbook for it and is successful at it. You can find it on Google, ChatGPT, YouTube, whatever. Don't try to recreate the wheel. Somebody's already done it.
Got it.
Same thing with your workshops. Somebody's already mastered the best way to get the most audience during your webinar. Somebody's figured it out. Don't pay for it. Don't fall in, because I know once you start searching it, your social media feeds are going to be filled up with people saying, hey, buy my course, buy this, buy that. Just take their name, put it in ChatGPT. You'll find something free on there from one of their resources. But you got to be consistent in it. So if you got 3 to 5, let's just say every month, that's another 60 to your what was that, 220 from the
Yep, my 240. Uh-huh.
240. Yep.
Uh-huh.
So you could have over 300, not even more because you could have got referrals from that. But those are only two lead sources.
Okay.
How many units did you do in 2025 so far?
Oh, one.
Okay. Is that and where did that come from?
Actually, that came from a referral,
Okay.
and I had some other leads, but depending on what was going on, life was happening or whatever else, those did not. Um,
So Tony,
I couldn't get
here's
them further.
yeah, but so this is good training. Everybody's probably got something out of this, so thank you for being a participant. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Um, you have to realize that all these that is a division in your real estate company. Lead gen is a division that normally big teams pay someone to run that division. And I always joke with the agents, if I asked you based on your lead gen in 2025 this year, should you fire your lead gen person or should you keep them? You, Tony.
I would fire me.
Right. So that's how you got to look at it like a position or role. You got to look at that as your marketing company is generating some awareness. Open house is an awareness. A workshop is an awareness. A Facebook form to look at my open houses is awareness. Your marketing team is drawing off this contact to get somebody to fill in this information so that you can have a contact in your database. That is a position, that is a department in your company that cannot go away. I would rather you be a average agent and be good at this, because if you're good at this, you can bring as many agents as you want. That's why a lot of these companies dominate, because they really are good at this.
So Ron, can I say something right quick?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So I'm guilty, and I'm glad Sharon somewhere she has bad reception, so she can't chime in to
Uh,
get on me. But I've been the bottleneck.
mhm.
When I say bottleneck, like we had an event in July and we had 250 people there. Not having the right system in place to follow up. And I take responsibility because it's my company. Not that we're not going to go back, not that we're not emailing those folks,
Yeah.
but as I get more involved with trainings like Pipeline, um, and focused on like having that CRM together, it's going to help the whole team because I'm not afraid of like saying we're going to generate leads. I think it's been how do we, what do we do after we generate those leads? If we got literally, I think we had 250 people. It was definitely 250 people in July.
Mhm.
And all of those are, leads. So that's enough for my year. I mean, it's
Oh, so you're absolutely right. So are these 250, are these realtors or these are potential people who are looking to invest and they want to buy a house, right?
all the above.
All the above. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to figure out the tags, the outcome. So you have a buyer, right? Somebody who's looking to buy or invest, right? Somebody who's looking to invest. So that could be a tag, right? You could be like um, investor slash agent or just investor. Because if it's an investor agent, and we put, let's say if they come into your workshop and they're going on into your CRM, we got to make sure all the tags are set up. So once they come in, this one person came into your workshop, oh, they're agent investor. This one comes in, they're just an investor. This one comes in, they're just looking to buy. So we can tag them, and then you can have campaigns off of those individually from those particular tags. And then whether so a campaign is okay, what are we going to do with the investor agent? Are we trying to get them over to EXP, or what are we trying to do? Right? So whatever that campaign is, it's like that, whatever marketing material goes to that particular group of people. Then you got just the people who are not licensed. There's a potential opportunity for you to do business with them. How are you setting up? Maybe it's like, hey, you set up an appointment with them. The campaign says send an email out, have my VA call them, set an appointment with me so I can find a little bit more. Right.
Okay.
So out of 50 of those 250 are buyers who want to buy a house. That then you have that opportunity there. So at the end of the day, everybody should have an appointment to talk about whatever the thing you're trying to sell. Is it EXP, a house, whatever it is you're trying to sell them? We got to get them to an appointment.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, but we got to do the, and I can help you with the tags too as well.
Okay.
You know. All right. That's it. All right, guys. Anybody else? Corey, you good? We can't hear you.
I'm good.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys, I'm gonna take it down. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so I'll see you guys next week. Corey.
Hi, Ron. This
Ron,
is
thank you.
Marilyn. I just wanted to
Thank
say
you.
hi.
Oh, hey, Marilyn. I didn't see you.
Yeah, I know that it didn't come up, but I'm out and I'm unable to kind of join in, but I wanted to at least listen in. But I'll share next week about my progress.
All right, some good stuff.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
We'll talk next week.
All right. Thank you, Ron.
All right, guys, take care.
Thank you. Bye.